Yeah, imagine this. You're just scrolling through Instagram, minding your own business, and then bam, your entire feed is it's flooded. Wall to wall, RIP posts, all these sad stories, heartfelt tributes. It's for this famous influencer, you know the type, millions of followers, known for like these huge pranks, motivational videos, and yeah, the flashy cars. He's reportedly dead. Or, well, that's what everyone thought. Because literally within 48 hours, this widely mourned death, it just explodes into one of the most, truly insane internet scandals of the year. This wasn't some tragic accident, not a health issue. Nope. This was a completely staged exit, a fake funeral. And the whole thing got exposed by one single unbelievable slip up on a live stream while people online were still, actually grieving. So today we're diving deep into what a lot of people are calling the craziest internet hoax of the decade. Our mission here is to basically trace the rise, the pretty spectacular fall, and then the ultimate really humiliating exposure of the guy who faked his own death for Clout, that online influence currency. And yeah, he ended up losing absolutely everything. So how does something like this even start? A deception this big. It all kicked off just last month. This influencer, let's call him Rajan, he started posting these really emotional kind of cryptic Instagram stories. Stuff about life, death, betrayal, you know the vibe, very dramatic online stuff. Then radio silence. She just went completely quiet. And the very next day, his team announces it on his own social media. Rajan died in a tragic accident. The reaction, immediate, overwhelming. His followers were just devastated. Comment sections turned into these digital shrines instantly. News outlets all over the globe picked it up, and hashtags like hashtag RI Project just blew up, trending everywhere. X, Instagram. The collective digital grief was really intense.
Yeah, and what's truly fascinating there really is how quickly that story took hold, how fast it became accepted as truth, this huge sudden outpouring of grief online. It's not just about those parasocial bonds, it really shows a kind of vulnerability in our digital empathy. The line between real sorrow and just a trending hashtag can get incredibly blurry, incredibly fast. It's almost like the sheer volume of that online emotion just overrides critical thinking for a bit.
And it wasn't just his fans, right? Even proper news outlets got swept up. Does that point to maybe a failure in traditional media checks? Or is it just the sheer power of social media setting the narrative?
I think it speaks to both, actually. In this hyper-connected world we live in, information just moves so fast, often way faster than verification can keep up. But, while most people were still processing this grief, a small group, some really observant viewers, started noticing something odd. Something strange about his live funeral. And yes, his team actually live streamed what they claimed were his final rites. It really highlights this performance economy of online influence, where even supposedly sacred moments get turned into content for engagement.
Right, the performance itself became the undoing. So what were those clues? What started making people suspicious about this very public funeral?
Well, the big things were subtle at first, but telling. During the stream, Rajan's body, never visible, which, felt distinctly off for a public funeral event. And the rituals themselves, even if you didn't know much about them, they just felt kind of staged, a bit off, like watching a carefully choreographed show rather than, a genuine somber event. The pieces just weren't adding up to real mourning.
But it's always the small details, isn't it? The tiny thing that unravels the whole elaborate lie. And here's where it completely blew apart. The absolute proof that shattered the whole illusion. In a clip from that same live stream, it's gone viral now, of course, just a quick reflection. In a car window, it clearly showed what looked exactly like Rajan himself, sort of hiding in the background. He was actually there watching his own fake funeral. You couldn't make it up.
That single reflection, that was the spark. As soon as that image hit the internet, these online detectives just went into overdrive. A full-blown investigation kicked off instantly, and the whole house of cards just collapsed. So fast, it was breathtaking, really. The consequences for Rajan. Swift, totally devastating. He lost everything he'd built online, his reputation, followers, his whole digital brand just gone. Poof. It really just underscores how incredibly fragile any public image built on lies actually is.
So what does this whole mess, this spectacular public failure, mean for you? Scrolling through your own feeds, this extreme chase for clout ending like this. It really makes you think hard about authenticity, about perception online, doesn't it? In this hyper-connected world we're all in, it kind of challenges us maybe to think about what we consume, what we believe online, and I guess the crazy links some people will go to just for attention. Definitely something to consider as you scroll through your own online life today.